Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pandas and this is my fourth video for Celebrate Women's Week. Today we're going to be doing Sims Create a Sims for Jennifer Lawrence. I was going to say Jennifer Lopez, but maybe that'll be a different video. So Jennifer Lawrence is like my spirit animal. That's what I at least tell people because she is so crazy and so funny and weird that I just love it. Like, she's just not afraid to be herself and she just says whatever she wants to say. And I'm not always like that. Like, I don't always say what I want to say, but I admire that she does, so that's why I consider her like my spirit animal. Anyway, she is on this list today because of what I had said previously, is because she's not afraid to be who she is, and she shows girls out there that you can be weird and still be successful. Like, that's the most relieving part of seeing her succeed out there, is just like, she is somebody I could see as like a really good friend, and she is doing really, really well. Like, sometimes you think that weird people don't really get very far because they're just so weird that you don't think that they're ever gonna get anywhere. I don't know, but you know, she gives me hope that I am going to get a job someday and I'm gonna be okay. And that she's just like happy with herself. I mean, to an extent, everyone has their insecurities, which I'm sure she does, but that's just part of being human. And here I am working on her face as I normally do my system. With this one I had a particularly hard time getting it right, and I still think in the end it's not accurate, but that may be just because I'm really hard on myself. And when I like the person that I'm like creating, I am very, very nitpicky about the way I build them and how they look, and so you'll see a lot of me like finishing with her face and then going to do clothes and then like seeing things and then fixing it as I go. Like, you know, when I am very, very like obsessed with the person, if I'm not obsessed I would say, but maybe like admire the person, if I keep going back even after the facial process. So she goes through some changes. I wouldn't say like a lot, but I do have issues with her nose and her lips and her eyes. So like mainly her eyes, and I think her lips were an issue. I just couldn't get it right. Like, if people who know like what I'm talking about, who do this and like build people, like famous people, sometimes like the eyes are just not right. Like, some people have very, very specific eyes that you cannot replicate in like a simulation like this, and hers is kind of like that. And then I hate that sometimes like the eyes have like a lot of mascara or a lot of eyelashes when you sometimes don't need that for a sim or whoever you're recreating. And so that's kind of the problem that I had with hers. And then the hair too, I forgot about the hair. Her hair, I think right now is like at this length where it's like to her shoulders at least, and not cut like Kate Gosselin. So it was hard to find a good style for her. Like, that one's great, but her hair's not that short anymore. And I like the one with the bangs going down. Like, I think that's actually how she wears her hair most of the time. I'm not entirely sure, but for the purposes of putting on YouTube, I don't want her hair in her face, because then you can't tell if it's her or not. So I go through hair a lot, and then eventually I decide that I mix a little bit of her character from The Hunger Games, Katniss, with her. So like one of her outfits looks like the girl on fire, just because I saw that dress when I was reviewing the Party Luxury. I can never remember the pack's name. And I just like, this is so Hunger Games. Like, almost all these dresses reminded me of like the Capitol. So I just went for it, and I think there's another outfit that, what does it look like? It looks like her striped crop top I remember her wearing for some event, and then her like white skirt. Was it white? I can't remember now. But they don't have those exact outfits in here, and I don't like getting mods for The Sims. I like doing it pretty natural with the system, so I just kind of did something like it. I think I did like a crop top and black skirt with her hair up, and it looks pretty close to the actual outfit, which I think I'm working on right now. I had a really hard time figuring out what she should wear, and then like her daily outfit, I just guessed based on her personality, and I just put her in something that was, I would say, like comfortable and like to her roots. Another thing that's really admirable about her is that she works really, really hard. And that's not to say that everyone in Hollywood doesn't work really, really hard, but you can tell that no matter how goofy she is or the things she says, she takes her work very, very seriously. And you don't just get that through the things she says, but through the things that other people say about her. And I think that if you watch interviews or if you see things written about her, especially by her colleagues, they do have things that sound genuine, and I like to believe that she is a very hardworking person who comes from a hardworking family, and she's just any other girl that you would meet on the street. She just is kind of more well known, and I feel like there should be a lot more people like that in that kind of limelight. And I think we're getting there. I know I talked maybe a little bit about this in a previous video, but I definitely think that there's a change going on in Hollywood where there's more people who are a lot more down to earth, who are either married before they go in or really seem like they have an idea what they're getting into, and they keep their morals. Maybe they don't know what they're getting into, but there's seems to be less drama. I remember growing up and there being a lot of tabloids, especially Britney Spears and like all that stuff, and people were just struggling with the fame. And I know in the past, back in what's her name? Audrey Hepburn and Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, all those people really had a lot of issues, and at the time it was what you would have to do is hide them. And I think nowadays it's more accepted. I think people expect people like Jennifer and in the limelight and whatever, celebrities, to come out and say the things that they are insecure about and like show that they are just like everyone else. Because I think that most of the time we see these people all the time on TV and we just become so detached to them because we see them all the time that we don't look at them as human beings anymore. We see them as objects. We see them as people who are just there for our selfish entertainment, and not that they have feelings and that they are just like us, they grew up just like us, and had like similar experiences. So people like Jennifer, I think, like starting around her, have shown up in like the news and in the media and really just like tell us that you can go into this kind of workforce and it not be crazy. Like if you keep your morals and you know to keep yourself grounded, that it is possible to live semi-normally while being a big movie star or whatever. And here I am. So back to Jennifer. Here I'm still doing some editing. Her lips are just really hard to nail, I think. And I think I'm almost done here. And just checking everything. Oh, eyebrows were really hard for me. But looking at it now, I think it looks a little bit more like her. I know I spent about 2 hours in total getting her all put together, and here's the final look, and that's the outfit I put her in. I think it fits her. Like, she seems like a very laid-back person style-wise. Like, she doesn't walk around in Louis Vuittons or anything. So again, I'm going through the hair, cannot decide, and I just stick with that. It's not my favorite hairstyle because of her forehead being so emphasized, which is not like typically what she looks like, so what can you do? So that's the final look for Jennifer Lawrence. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you would like to see more videos like this, and leave a like down below. So back to Jennifer. Here I'm still doing some editing. Her lips are just really hard to nail, I think. And I think I'm almost done here. And just checking everything. Oh, eyebrows were really hard for me. But looking at it now, I think it looks a little bit more like her. I know I spent about 2 hours in total getting her all put together, and here's the final look, and that's the outfit I put her in. I think it fits her. Like, she seems like a very laid-back person style-wise. Like, she doesn't walk around in Louis Vuittons or anything. So again, I'm going through the hair, cannot decide, and I just stick with that. It's not my favorite hairstyle because of her forehead being so emphasized, which is not like typically what she looks like, so what can you do? So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below and comment if you have anything to add, to bring to the conversation, and requests that you guys want me to do of people, because I have ideas, but I don't know some of the things that you might want to see, and I might be interested in them as well. So let me know. That would be really great, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye!